Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on 4. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.
Welcome to Sports with Balls. Here are your hosts, Jeff Michael, Lauren Leal, and Grant Miles.
Welcome in, everybody, to Sports with Balls.
Jeez. That was loud.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You got a mic.
Happy Thursday.
Damn, Jeff. You and that bat, dude. God
Somebody
almighty.
take it away.
Someone's excited. We see all the Astros.
Why'd I actually let you bring that up here?
I don't know.
She shouldn't have.
Look.
She shouldn't have done that.
Why did Ashley let me? Yeah. What? What? But
You shouldn't have let him bring that bat up
That
here.
is me.
I know, swinging the bat left and right.
Yeah,
What's up, y'all? Welcome into Sports with Balls. Obviously, it is opening day MLB. Man. Yes. Of course, we're all excited. Obviously, me, Grant, in his Ranger gear.
Right.
I think they're still playing. We're going to get to a scoreboard here in a minute. But welcome into Sports with Balls.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about this.
I know. Today we were texting the group chat, and Grant's like, just leave the Rangers out, please.
Yeah.
And I was like,
They'll be in last place.
He's coming
Move
around.
on.
But we did say, like we were talking prior to the show, we did say, look, if you're looking for an entertaining game, go see a Rangers game.
Yeah, because
Like
there's going to be a hell of a lot of runs.
There's going to be a lot of runs scored.
Yes.
Like, I mean, there will be. You know, if it's kids
And sit out in the stands in the outfield.
Sit in the stands in the outfield.
You'll catch a ball.
There you go. Bring your kids to the Rangers game. That's going to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think Johnny's going to get really mad if you swing this one more time because you almost hit the equipment earlier before the show.
Lauren. Calm down. Give me my bat back.
Yes.
But welcome in. We're
Johnny's
over here.
got more. It's okay.
Yeah, he does. We're here at Christian's in Midtown on Bag B. The Astros game kicks off at 9:07 tonight. We are playing in Oakland.
Time.
Yeah, Central Time. We're playing in Oakland. The Rangers are down currently 13-9. Like I said, entertaining game.
Yeah,
22 runs already in the Rangers game. Very, very interesting.
Hey, let me ask this. I thought Johnny was a Yankees fan.
I said that same thing when he
Is he
showed
not?
up. He showed up in the Astros gear. You know, his
Johnny
excuse.
is in an Astros shirt.
His excuse.
That's right.
He's lived here longer.
So why isn't he Astros fan then?
That's what I said.
What did he say?
It's a second team. Second team.
I hate that. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. No, there's no such. If you're a fan, okay, see, this is when I start. Yes. So if you're a fan of a team, I don't know how you can have a second that you root for.
What if you work for a team but you still like other teams?
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
That's different.
They're signing a paycheck.
Yes, correct. Yes, yeah. Hey, look, if the Houston Texans decided to give me a paycheck every week, like, yeah, all of a sudden
You're a Texans fan.
Yeah,
of course.
You'd be cheering him on, right?
I mean, think about head coaches. You know, the Kubiak was a Texans fan when he was head coach in the for the Broncos,
I'm about to say
and
Denver.
then becomes a Broncos fan. So and obviously people do that too when they move cities. You know, if you stay in a certain city for so long, they win a championship, you get caught up in excitement. And there you go.
Well, today, perfect example. How do you go from 1 minute you're Chris Beard, you're a head coach of Texas Tech Red Raiders playing to Texas, want Texas to lose every game. Now all of a sudden,
UT,
you're a Longhorn
You're rooting
fan.
for him. See what I mean? You can be a fan of multiple.
I'm sure he flew on a
team
private
schools.
jet into Austin.
I've already seen the picture.
Have you really?
Yes.
Of course he did.
Him and CDC on the terminal in Austin.
Wow.
Yep.
Private jet.
Yep. There you go.
Wow.
Again, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say thanks so much for everybody tuning in and saying go whatever their teams are. A lot of Astros here.
Yeah.
Cougars, that's right, coming up on Saturday. And David mentioned it's Easter weekend as well. Happy Easter to all of you who celebrate.
Speaking of David Carrier, we've got a new section we're kicking off tonight, and David Carrier is our sponsor for this new section. David Carrier and Smarter Mortgage are going to sponsor our scoreboard. So every Monday and Thursday, we're going to break down a scoreboard for you guys for the baseball games. And tonight,
he also just said Astros.
Yes. Tonight's scoreboard brought to you by Smarter Mortgage and David Carrier. Call him today at 281-650-0648. Mention Sports with Balls and get a free quote ASAP. Also, refinancing and purchasing. So, want to refinance your home or purchase one? Call D.
Right now it's time to refinance too, man.
Yeah, dude, the housing market's blowing up. David's busy. Go to his Facebook, man.
Up.
He's got a bunch of. Isn't that the key he's holding? Like, he holding like a key or something? Like he sold a house
think
or
so.
something?
I don't know.
I don't know how that works, but Smarter Mortgage, David Carrier. All right, let's go through the scores real quick. This afternoon's games. Let's see. The Rays beat the Marlins 1-0. Man, who was the pitcher in that? I need to see 1-0. That's a tight game. Cardinals kicked the Reds' ass 11-6. Rockies just finished off the LA Dodgers. Thank you, Colorado. And we were watching that game. Mookie Betts up, top of the ninth, bases loaded with 2 outs, and popped out to the shortstop. Padres beat the Diamondbacks 8-7. Phillies beat the Braves 3-2. Pirates over the Cubs 5-3. Brewers bested the Twins 6-5. Brewers might be really good this year. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Sleeper teams.
Blue Jays, thank you, Blue Jays. They beat Johnny J's Yankees 3-2. And right now, currently, like I said before, the Royals are over the Rangers 13-9.
That's just crazy.
No, it's not. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
On opening day?
It's going to happen all season.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Baseball is back, and watching the games today at the house, I had 3 TVs going, 3 games on. Stands. I saw a kid eating a hot dog at a baseball game today, and the stands were packed, and just a great feeling for fans to be back in the stadium. It's just awesome, and for baseball to bring that back
makes it more exciting. I mean, it was good to have baseball back last year and playing in the capacity that they were, but it just wasn't as exciting.
Absolutely. I mean, we're back to a sense of normalcy. I think you messaged us with a regular season, 162 game season. Fans are back in the stands. You're starting to see it, whether you're going to attend a game or just watch on the television. You're going to see people cheering on the teams.
There was a game canceled due to just a cautionary precaution for COVID. That was the Washington Nationals game, but that was just because of tracing. So, I mean, they're going to squeeze that one in. But
and it's not normalcy 100%. It's somewhat there, but it's a lot better than last year.
Dude, so
last year was fucking depressing.
Just 60 games.
I hate to say, there's not cardboard cutouts behind the people, man.
Yes,
wow. Do y'all? I hate to even bring that up. I mean, cardboard cutouts at baseball games.
That's right.
Yeah. No, it was. I'm just glad it's over.
They tried to do what they could, with all the rules and whatnot, so you can't dog on it, but it's nice to have it.
Kevin Anthony, yes, I did work from home today. I did. He saw my picture.
Your office picture?
Yeah, my makeshift office today.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, how's the house coming? That's the
not
big.
Man, look, I have a toothache. The house is an absolute disaster. Like
the house gave you a toothache?
I live with my painters. Like they're there every single day, and they're not going to be done until this coming up Tuesday. What they said, and it's already been 2 weeks. I mean, I know these guys.
Fumes,
I know they're.
You? Like that's not.
No,
good?
we opened up the doors. It was gorgeous today, so I opened up the doors and everything. But my dog has paint on him. They drip paint on him. Like,
for real?
I swear to God, dude. Like, I know the guy's family at this point. He's there at 8:30 in the morning and leaves at 5:30 at night. It's just.
Y'all are besties?
Oh!
You and him are besties?
My Astros hat fell.
It's okay. You got another one that you're wearing.
I know. Don't take the hat off. But anyways, let's get into some What's Hot with Lauren Leal.
Let's do it.
Before we hit up all the baseball.
Thank you, Johnny. You are helping us out so much here at the top, getting me another Red Bull, getting Jeff's hat up there. Thanks so much.
Go Astros and not Yankees.
Hey, just so you know, that Rays and Miami, 121 pitches for the Rays, 138 for the Marlins.
Wow.
Yes. 12,
that is low.
12 strikeouts for Rays, 9 for the Marlins. That was a hell of a pitching matchup.
Wow.
See, and that's what I meant by entertaining games. That game was probably boring as shit to most
and it was
fans.
They did not have one run until the 8th inning.
Yeah, that was probably a really bad game to watch.
Yes.
If we're sitting out at home and Ashley's like, oh yeah, let's watch some baseball, and I'm like, yeah, here, turn on that game. She's gonna be like, this is why I don't watch baseball.
Exactly.
But for me, I would love to watch that.
Yes.
And I feel like you're in the category with Ashley because you're not a huge.
Baseball's
you like
boring.
baseball, but
Yes, I love baseball. Baseball is fantastic. Baseball is also boring.
What?
Yes, I've said this every time.
Well, at least you're a fan of the right team for it not to be boring.
Well, I gotta
that's
ask you a
true.
question about this because you
How
look
many,
at that.
how many pitches are in the Rangers game right now?
Holy shit! I haven't looked. I'm about.
Okay, go ahead, Lauren. Sorry.
No, I just had a question about we talk about the Rays and Marlins and it was 1-0 score. How do you feel about soccer? Because it can be the same thing, or nobody can score.
I don't mind soccer. I do think
That's a good
soccer
point.
can be boring too.
You know what I
I
mean?
do think soccer can be boring too. So I like baseball more than soccer, so that's not a dispute there. But yes, I mean soccer can be boring as well. Absolutely.
I mean they can have the same scores. But all right, let's get into what's hot.
What's hot?
Which is more baseball.
LL. Brought to you by Joe Applewhite. Applewhite Realty, 713-291-5270. Call him or go to your local Kroger. He's all over your shopping carts. You want to buy a home, call him. You want to get finance, call David.
I thought you were about to say you want to get fired.
Hey.
I don't know. I don't know why.
Just so you know, they're in the 8th inning.
Yes.
185 pitches for the Rangers.
Oh my God.
172 for the Kansas City Royals.
Wow.
Dude, so you got to think the Royals and Rangers by game 3, no bullpen. I mean, there's how many, they're going to have outfilders pitching.
And just so you know how bad it is, it's 13-9. There's only been 2 home runs hit in the entire game.
Yeah, dude. It's like I said, if you have kids in Dallas or if you're up in Dallas, you have your kids and you want them to go see a baseball game that's just fun,
Be entertaining.
Go to a Rangers game.
All right, go Lil. Go Lil.
All right. We are, this is our baseball special, but we are kicking it off with some NFL news as it dropped this week. 17 games is going to be on the schedule instead of 16. So that limits the preseason as well. 3 games instead of 4, which is 20 games in total for the league. The season will begin Thursday, September 9th through January 9th, pushing the Pro Bowl back to the February 6th and Super Bowl to the 13th, which will be played in Las Vegas this coming next year. So how's that going to work? Because it's like it's uneven numbers, 17 games. So the AFC and the NFC will annually alternate between 8 and 9 home games starting this season, with the AFC at 9 games.
Jeff Fisher's happy there can be no more 9 and 7 seasons.
Jerry Jones is happy because the Cowboys can't be 8-8 anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
My concern here is players' health. Like when you look to these guys who are starting every single game throughout the entire season, especially the quarterback, whenever he gets to the Super Bowl, they're worn out. They're tired. They're trying to stay healthy as much as they can. Adding another game on top of that, that is the only thing.
Well, here's my thing with the 17 games, and we saw Alvin Kamara come out strongly against this on Twitter, and a bunch of other players did as well. But my thing with the 17th game is I think they're going to rest players. I think you'll see them start to pull players back. Like if somebody has just an ankle tweak or just a knee tweak, they'll hold them back a game. So I think basically you'll have the starters playing 16 games, but they'll alternate resting them every now and then, unless it's a really tight race or whatever. But I don't see them playing all 17. And eventually, the NFL is obviously doing this for revenue because they're gonna get more. So they might even go to 18 games. Then you're really gonna start to see players start to rest.
Shorten careers, that's for sure.
Well, and I've heard that, and I get it. I mean, I understand the concern that the guys have for that, but I can guarantee you this, though. Alvin Kamara, you brought up Alvin Kamara, okay? Alvin Kamara just signed a 5-year, $75 million contract with $15 million sign-on bonus and an average salary of $15 million a year. They did that based on the assumption that they're going to have an extra game, extra revenue, extra, television contract larger.
So what you're saying is player salaries are going to go up as well.
Correct, and that's the thing.
We've already started to see it, and maybe that's why.
Correct, and so Alvin Kamara, I get your point. I understand that, and to Jeff's point, maybe they rest people more, but I guarantee Alvin Kamara is not going to say, you know what, don't do the $15 million a year that you gave me. I'd rather play 16 games. No, he's not going to do that. He wants his pay, and that's why they did that.
I got you. And yes, Jeremy, we're moving on to baseball. We're not going to stick with it. Just going over some hot topics real fast for you guys before we get into it all.
We're talking about what's hot and the NFL right now. We mentioned the 17-game season. 17. I don't know why that came out of my mouth. 17-game season.
Country Lauren.
I guess
Rumpleman's Lauren.
Yeah.
No, guys, I don't even know the last time I ever had one of those things. Maybe like 10 years ago.
But we're going to talk about it.
I'm not even kidding. Full stadiums, too. That's what Roger Goodell, commissioner of the NFL, said. He is expecting to see full capacity at NFL stadiums this coming season. Unlike 2020, when it was 1.2 million fans the entire season.
Terrible.
Okay. Let me move on to the next one a little bit. Final Four
now,
is
we know
also
you're
happening this weekend.
This
yeah. I think it was 5 minutes in. You already talking about the Cougars.
My University of Houston Cougars. If you want to go to a watch party, come to Avenida at George R. Brown. I may or may not be there, and I may interview you if you come
Rumplemans.
So, just letting you know.
You'll do a Rumplemans if they win.
No, I will not.
Oh wow.
Wow. That's disappointing.
Maybe a fireball.
That was... Okay.
You settle for that?
Okay. All right.
Topo Chico.
All right. Just as long as you're enjoying yourself. That's all that matters.
Oh, I enjoy myself all the time. I don't need that stuff. All right. Yeah. So the Final Four, like we said, Cougars are going there. It's been 37 years since they went. Phi Slamma Jamma Days, 1984. They made it to the Final Four, 82 through 84. So excited for them to be advancing once again with Kelvin Sampson and the squad. It is their year. Boom, boom, boom. So number 2, Houston, going against number 1, Baylor. Oh, and they look so good and so quick. Number 11, UCLA versus number 1, Gonzaga. And like I said, I'm trying to get through this quick because it is our baseball special.
I mean, real quick, does it matter? Like, who wins the Baylor U of H game?
No, I mean,
Yes!
Gonzaga's going to destroy.
Gonzaga's
Stop
going to beat
it.
whoever.
They have not.
Stop it.
They've beaten the spread something like 15 games in a row.
Yes.
They're the first undefeated team to make it this far. They're about to go. I mean, they're killing people by 20, and it's not even close.
I think their spread is minus 12 going into a Final Four game. Like, that's ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They destroyed a really good team. Who was the last team they played? I forgot, but I can't think of it right now. But whoever it was, they made it to the Elite Eight, and they destroyed them.
Yeah, this is going to be. I mean, I think it. Listen, go U of H and Baylor. Good for Texas. It'll be fun for the
100%,
bars.
100%.
Fun for everybody to watch,
100%.
and hopefully U of H goes through because they'll make it to the final game. But
USC.
What's going to be very depressing is if U of H makes it to the game and then Gonzaga wins by 40.
Yeah, Baylor and U of H are playing to see who gets beat by Gonzaga.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. All right.
Guys,
I'm just saying.
meh. All right.
Lauren is not a fan.
No, she's not. I'm sorry.
I understand. I always take my fanness out of it, but this is the heart and soul. My family went there. I went there. I'm a Coug. I worked for them. Like, just cheering them on.
No,
Please
that's
do it.
good. That's good.
I saw Johnny put his Cougar paw up. I love it.
You're doing what you should be doing.
All right, next up in What's Hot is what's not so hot? Soccer. U.S. soccer team fails to qualify for the Olympics again. This is the 3rd straight Olympics. They have failed to qualify 3 out of the last 4 and 4 out of the last 5.
Dude, this is flat out embarrassing for the USA.
For
100%.
men's. This is all
this is
men's,
so-
not women's, obviously.
No, the women's team.
Women's are doing great.
The women's team is fantastic. The men's team, and they've gone through different managers. They've changed over managers, coaches. They've gone through all these different programs. I mean, and they've got some good players. I mean, Pulisic, who's an American player, plays over in the Premier League. So I mean, they've got a good squad. For whatever reason, these cats cannot play together.
It's really bad. 3 Olympics in a row. They got to get their shit together, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But also too, I wonder how they feel. Nobody cares. Like, nobody cares.
Yeah,
they didn't make it. Like, nobody's upset about this other than like hardcore soccer people. I mean, it is embarrassing, but I mean, like, everybody's like, okay, next story. You know?
All right, we will go to the next story, and it's our last What's Hot, which actually makes me really sad. So, Birds are trying to travel with the team, people. Utah Jazz set to take flight from Salt Lake City. They had to come down with an emergency landing, and nobody was injured, speaking about the people, but a bird was hit.
A bunch of them.
And yeah, it was a flock of birds, really. And so I don't know. They were, Johnny. I sent him this photo
Jeez,
of
look
the
at that
plane.
picture. Wow.
Oh, blood all
They
over
had
it.
the reason I wanted to bring this up is the Utah players were calling their families and messaging their families. They thought that the plane was going down.
Oh, really?
Like they said it was just one of the most terrifying experiences, and that's the dangers of flying. But you know, we've all remember back in whatever. I don't want to bring it up with the soccer team, but it's a dangerous situation for them. But you know, I'm glad they landed and made it safe. But look at that photo. Woo, man, look at the front. It's cracked.
I know. That's crazy,
I know.
dude. Yes.
It is crazy.
They are lucky. I mean, they are lucky that nothing bad happened, because there's been I've read stories about airplanes
take out
that
the
have been
engines.
down because of running into birds like that, damage and ruin the engine. So they're lucky.
Let's get on to
Womp,
some lucky
womp,
stuff.
womp.
Baseball.
That is right. We got to thank some people before we go any further, though, in our baseball special. Hybrid Technologies Group. Roy Stanton is the man that you need to call, because he will hook you up with phones, cable services, surveillance cameras, cloud services, any of these services at 832-336-1201. That's Hybrid Technologies Group. Mention Sports with Balls. Get a percentage, get a discount off of your purchase with them.
Yeah.
That's all?
That's it.
Oh, okay. My turn. Construction Concepts. We want to thank them, Mark and Josh. They are changing corporate culture one design at a time, from hospitality, corporate, luxury retail, and medical facilities. Their team of experts can update or create a space that exceeds your expectations, give them a call at 713-589-2682. That's buildithouston.com.
That's right.
I got Astros hat, Construction Concepts hat, SWB hat, Construction Concept, then another Astros hat over there by Grant, the World Series one.
I saw that.
That's right.
Is that placed there for a reason?
It is placed there for a reason.
Because baseball is back.
Yes.
Like we said at the top of the show, 162 game season. Fans in the stands. Sorry about that, Grant.
Sorry.
Opening day. Each facility has different COVID policies with mask and capacities and whatnot. But baseball is back. Sense of normalcy. What are y'all most excited for this season?
I'm excited for 9:07 p.m.
Tonight.
I could not be more excited. 9:07 p.m. First pitch in Oakland. Astros. Greinke takes the mound. 4 straight championship series for the Astros. 2 World Series appearance. 1 World Series championship 2017. I'm just excited to see baseball back for one, and of course, a massive Astros fan. So I'm excited to see them get back to work. The depressing part about the Astros right now is this Carlos Correa thing hanging over their head. Mm-hmm. That is the big news, that he wanted to be signed before the season started. And then you have Lindor coming out last night with his contract.
Yep.
And that that slams the door on Correa and the Astros. And the reason I say that is because Correa, they had him at $20 million. Lindor's now at like 35. And James Click, who's the new GM of the Astros, is notorious for taking no money and building a team. Hence the Tampa Bay Rays, who went to, playoff series after playoff series with the lowest payroll in baseball. So do you think he's going to give up $30 million a year to Correa? No, not happening.
Well, and that's what you wonder, if he's been given instructions from the top on, hey, this is going to be your budget moving forward. Work with it within that budget. And who knows what that is. But I'm sorry, I'm going to bring up the Cowboys. And the only reason I'm going to bring it up is because this kind of happened with Jerry Jones and Dak Prescott, which is you don't take advantage of signing your guy whenever you're somewhat you don't really know what the market is, and then you wait, and then you get guys that keep getting higher and higher salaries, so all it does is just keep bumping up that pay more. And so to Jeff's point, Lindor does this contract.
Wow.
And I mean, the happiest person besides Lindor that he got that contract is Carlos Correa.
Yeah.
Like, Carlos saw that contract and was like, I cannot wait for free agency next year.
Look, and what he did was it was a couple of weeks ago where they offered him this 6-year, $120 million contract. Like you said, with Lindor's, it's $381 million, I believe.
341.
I knew 81 didn't sound right. I have it on here somewhere. Oh, 381 for 10 years. The thing is, though, if Carlos Correa were to hold out, he would be the youngest person in free agency at the shortstop.
Trevor
position.
Story's going to be a free agent too. They're both amazing. Like, they're both phenomenal players. The shortstop free agency next year is going to be amazing. And Lindor just set the bar high. And what Grant was talking about is the Astros should have offered him a little bit more and signed him, maybe 8 years, 250, something around there. I don't know what would have got him, but now it's going to take. I just think it's out of the Astros' range.
Yeah,
yes,
well,
100%.
Yeah, and we talk about Carlos Correa, what's going to happen to him. Jose Altuve has mentioned over and over, like, he has become really the leader of that team. People have come and gone. Garrett Cole today with the Yankees, womp womp, you lost. So boo-hoo. But Carlos Correa apparently has really taken over leader. Not saying Cole was, but Carlos Correa is the guy for the Astros.
Yeah, remember last year he told the reporters basically shut the F up, and he was protecting his teammates and the team, after the whole scandal and everything. I mean, he was the vocal leader of the team and protecting everybody. And now I'm not saying that they shut the door on him, but man, I just can't see James Click spending that kind of money. And Bregman's natural position is shortstop. Played it in junior high, played it in high school, played it at LSU. He will move over very naturally to shortstop, and then we can sign a third baseman. So I think they're going to save money and not sign Correa. But who knows? Who knows? Yeah,
and that's where I was going to go next too. Is where does Bregman fit in that if Carlos Correa does leave? However, it's really hard. You saw this with George Springer. More money, better opportunity with the Rays. With the Blue Jays. So
yeah, but Springer came up on a time. I think the Astros, I do think it was one of those things with George Springer, in my opinion, where I think it was kind of mutual on both sides, that they were just kind of like, look, man, I think it's time. Like, we've signed you. We've done all these one-year deals. You've grown up in this organization. You've really performed for us. You've done what you're supposed to do. Now go make money somewhere else. Like, I think that was – and he was older. I mean, he's older than Carlos Correa is right now. And that's the other problem that they have is that – I bring that up again. It's a very similar situation, I feel like, with a Dak Prescott kind of deal, because he's got a lot of success early in his career, and it may kind of make that number maybe a little bit, maybe have him thinking he's worth a little bit more than he actually is. And
because of his injuries, I think is why James Click, and if he had been healthy the entire time, like, look, I think he's 6th all time in home runs and maybe 6th all time in hits in the playoffs. Like, already at his young age, it's because the Astros put together this good team, but you can't expect them to keep every single player. Like, we're going to eventually have to sign Yordan Alvarez. If Yordan Alvarez comes out and has a baller season, hits 50 home runs, Astros are in deep shit there. I mean, they've got him under his rookie deal, but there's a lot of players that they've got coming out that are going to have to be paid. Yeah. And so we can't keep them all.
So Kevin Anthony says Bregman over Correa at shortstop. Watch LSU highlights, which is what you just alluded to a minute ago. However, you said, and what I read is that Carlos Correa would be the youngest shortstop on free agency if he were to hold out. But you said it's still going to be a hot market for shortstops. So why would they move Alex Bregman over to that slot?
Well, just to save money. Correa's, if not the best shortstop in the league, he's top 3. When he's healthy, he's flat out phenomenal, and he has a cannon. I know Bregman is great. I know he's amazing at shortstop, but he doesn't have the range that Correa does. Now, at third baseman, Bregman obviously has a gun over there as well, but they're not going to be able to keep him they're not going to sign him $300 million. They're not going to do it. He's not a $30 million shortstop. I think he's 22 to 25. I don't think he's 20, and that's what I think he was going for 22 to 25 million in there, and they didn't give it to him. And now Correa, he's loving this, like you said. He's like, sweet, holding out. See you later, here I come, free agency.
Well, you got to remember this. Bregman's got $12 million against the cap this year. That's his cap hit, base salary of 11. 2022, it's 12.6, and then in 2023 and then 24, it jumps to 30. So you would think they don't want to have a third baseman that's making $30 million.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's, you can't have a third baseman making 30 and a shortstop making 25, 30. That's $60 million on the left side of the infield. I don't know.
The Padres have isn't their infield $1 billion?
Or something crazy like that. So I mean, the Astros got some decisions to make, and I think with this Lindor contract, I think Carlos Correa, I was kind of iffy before. I think Lindor's contract, Carlos Correa is not going to be an Astro next year.
I hate to hear that. Today is just opening day. And if the Astros go on another run to where you say ALDS, ALCS, World Series, is Dusty under contract again at the end of the season?
That's a good question. The Astros are so dependent on injuries. If Correa gets hurt during the season, and we've got, if Yordan gets hurt again, I mean, we've got so many players that are fragile. And if Altuve can't throw to first base anymore, like, remember his troubles trying to, if they stay healthy and make it deep into the playoffs, they'll try to keep the team together. I think Correa will move on, but look, they've got a lot of players like Altuve, Bregman, Alvarez. You've got Tucker hitting cleanup now. They've got, Brantley. They signed him. We all thought Brantley was gone. Remember, we thought Brantley was moving on. Brantley is clutch. This team's good. I think 95 to 100 wins is reasonable in ALCS.
I'm happy with Kyle Tucker. I'm excited to see Miles Straw in the outfield, under center, where Springer was. So I'm excited to see what this team can do. Ooh, Astros talk. I'm ready for tonight.
And just so you know, currently, just as it sits right now, in the contracts they have, the people they have under contract, Astros had the 3rd highest payroll in the major leagues this year.
Yep.
And wasn't that last year as well?
Pretty much. I mean, they were at least in the top 5.
And I think that's why they brought James Click in, to lower that and to get the team exactly where they're at. And that's why I don't think he's going to sign Correa, because he had the lowest payroll in MLB and took the Rays into second round of the playoffs.
Yes.
So
how do we think Hinch is going to do this season?
Hinch won his first game. Detroit won tonight, so I think he's happy with that. Or this afternoon, Detroit won. So they even said, Hinch, man, I hate losing him. God, that guy was
great. Best manager in baseball.
But we go to Deshaun Watson. We can go to Antonio Brown. You can go to anything. Winning cures everything.
Yes.
If Detroit
This
goes
has not
to the
happened
World
to Deshaun
Series,
Watson yet, and as of yesterday, there were 21 cases filed.
if
Lawsuits filed.
if those all go away and nothing really happens to that, and he goes out and wins the Super Bowl next year, you will forget about those 21 cases.
It's true.
And the Astros win the World Series this year, you won't even remember 2017.
Correct. Yeah. And Dusty Baker signed to a contract extension, and there you go.
Boom. Exactly. It'll all be history.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to some other teams.
I don't think that's going to happen, but if
We'll
that
get to
happened.
predictions here in a little bit.
Yeah, it's time, in fact, to get to the predictions because we want to see who, or did we want to talk about the hottest teams first, Jeff?
Let's go to some hot teams.
Okay. So we're gonna skip over the Rangers because Grant didn't even want to.
Well, we already
about them.
talked about them a little bit. They're a fun team to watch.
They've got.
Even though he's
they're
rocking
at
the hard hat right there.
That's right. They're at the old Rangers
The
ballpark.
thing is, it looks like Tennessee, like University of Tennessee.
No, it's the old. I mean, I got this when I was
orange,
a
too.
kid. You know, they had that helmet day whenever you
Yep.
go in, and
Damn, you've had that long?
Oh, I've had this a long time.
I have to
man.
Badass.
say, wow.
This is an old Ranger stadium with them chrome like busted ass bleachers they had in the outfield. Man, I hated that part. It was a minor league ballpark. It was for a major league team. It was terrible, but it was good times back then, though.
A good minor league ballpark out in Sugar Land with the Skeeters.
Yep. Yes.
That's a nice one. I'll tell you that much. Well, hey, we got the Yankees in the AL East. They lost to the Rays today, though,
Yep.
3-2.
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. I don't know why I keep saying Rays, Jays. I don't know. But yeah, Aaron Judge said he dropped the ball. Garrett Cole's on the mound today. What makes him dangerous? And I want to ask you guys, but I just list a couple of names that are on the team. DJ LeMahieu, Aaron Judge, of course, and designated hitter.
Aaron Judge bounced into a bases loaded double play today. Giancarlo Stanton struck out, I think, with 2 men on. Giancarlo Stanton, they even said it on the broadcast today. He's the most inconsistent baseball player in the major leagues.
Yes.
When he can hit the ball 500 yards or 500 feet.
Yes.
And he looks amazing, but then he misses the ball by like a foot,
Yes.
like striking out. It's just so awkward. The Yankees are going to it's going to rely on their pitching, and their pitching is suspect. Garrett Cole actually looked pretty decent today. I watched him throw, so he looked all right. But, I don't like the Yankees, obviously, because I'm an Astro fan. So, I hope they fail.
They're always projected to go so far. Where'd they go last year? Not the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees, especially with the money that they spend, they're always going to be a favorite. I mean, they're always going to be somebody that people are going to be looking to perform and do well. So, I mean, that's not a shock to me. Surprisingly, according to Fangraphs, in the American League, New York Yankees are projected at least to have the top pitching lineup, starting pitching rotation in the American League this year. Number one, according to the Fangraphs. Of course, Fangraphs takes a lot of stats
In the American League, yes.
from last year. The heavy pitching is going to be in the National League. National League.
Dodgers, Padres, Braves.
National League is so heavy with starting pitching. It's crazy. It's one of the reasons why, I hate to say this, Astros fans, but it's one of the reasons why the Washington Nationals, you got the LA Dodgers. That's one of the reasons why they're winning World Series is because those starting pitching rotations.
Well, you got 3 Cy Young winners on the Dodgers staff.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yes.
If they're healthy, the Dodgers are winning. They're going to the World Series.
100%.
I mean, they won last year. Even though Mookie Betts flew out today, bases loaded, top of the 9th inning, they lost, which, I don't hate any team. I love baseball. Me and you were just sitting there watching because it was entertaining, right before the show started. But
yeah, I mean, top of the 9th, first game of the season, bases loaded,
Mookie
down by
Betts,
3.
The World Series MVP up to bat. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad it's back.
How can that not be exciting? Absolutely. On the New York Yankees side, though, New York Yankees, in my opinion, may not. I mean, I think the New York Yankees are going to be extremely talented, but I think they're going to have a problem with the team that beat them today, Toronto Blue Jays.
Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Toronto Blue Jays are a good baseball
I
team.
think they're a sneaky good team.
I mean, that
I've got
lineup, that lineup that those guys have, they're young. They've got.
They remind me of
Springer.
the 2015, 16, 17 Astros.
Yes.
The really young, talented kids, and Springer's the old,
once they get
he's the old
going.
guy in the team, You got Biggio, you got Gurriel's, Biggio's son, Gurriel's younger brother. You've got Springer on there. He's got a bunch of, familiar names behind him.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing that's great about this team with Toronto. Just because I'm my age and just that, I like it when for whatever reason in baseball, I like it when the Toronto Blue Jays are good Just because I remember back in the early
Don't you hate
to mid
Canada,
90s.
though? We've had an episode where you hate Canada.
I do. I hate
Yeah,
Canada.
that's right.
No, as far as the
That is
country,
right.
as far as the country, I hate Canada.
You were
yes.
like, oh, I would like to go to Toronto one time. I'd like to go to Vancouver, but and I'm like, okay,
yeah, yeah.
well then why
there's
are you
reasons
hating
why.
it?
There's
You've
reasons.
never
Why,
been.
there's reason why Vancouver, Toronto. You know, but it's Canada. You know, I mean, what gets you excited about Canada? If I
gets
said
you
I'm going to
excited
Canada,
about
would you be like, oh,
Ireland?
like, huh?
What gets you excited about Ireland?
Because it's awesome. That's why. But
That's such a great answer.
but Toronto
oh
Blue
my
Jays-
gosh.
Yes.
Movies, maybe?
Yeah, I don't
Where they
know.
were filmed? I don't know.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Conor
though,
McGregor?
I think when they're good, Conor McGregor. No, I'm not a McGregor fan. I mean, you know, whatever.
Wasn't that where golf was born?
No.
Scotland, I
Scotland.
think.
Scotland,
Yeah.
not Ireland. Okay.
You want to talk golf?
The old course.
No, I
Yes,
don't.
please. Let's do
I'd
it.
rather not.
We're going to stop the baseball special. We're moving to golf special. Let's
Hey,
go.
if you want to say you want to
You
talk,
brought up golf.
no, because I was like, isn't that where Ireland? No, but they have a lot of courses there, right?
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, most
Well,
definitely.
if we're talking golf, let's go to Canada. Let's talk Canada.
Does Canada even have golf
There's
courses?
the Canadian Open.
They do?
I don't know where it is.
Does it make you exciting when you hear the Canadian Open?
No.
Absolutely. So, see, because Canada sucks.
Okay, another
Back
exciting
to-
team.
Yeah, back to baseball.
Another exciting team. Y'all mentioned the Dodgers earlier, and I mean, Kershaw, Bauer, Jansen,
Betts.
and Betts. Yep,
Man, his
and
play in the World
Bellinger,
Series.
which I cannot stand in the outfield.
Well, listen, Grant brought this up to me the other day in a conversation about how me and you took Garrett Cole over Mookie Betts. And then last year, Betts, he was phenomenal in the playoffs.
Yes.
He really was. That LA acquiring Betts was unbelievable. And then they, you know,
Well, it wasn't necessarily the conversation about those two players. It was about the positions rather. We were talking.
yeah, I would take a pitcher.
A pitcher versus a batter.
Just so you know, this is my favorite part of the show whenever we start talking about where I was right. So, y'all keep talking about
where
it.
you were right.
Y'all keep talking about
Ah,
it. Y'all keep going.
I'm
this
always-
is fun.
Yeah.
I think Johnny told me this is his favorite part
where
of the show.
Grant was right.
Yeah, let's talk about
Okay, well, moving on.
Every day.
it. Where? Where?
Ashley! Oh, shit.
Where? What are we doing?
Exactly, that's my thoughts.
Don't listen to that part of the show.
Just fast forward.
Another team that I think is going to be really, really good this year are the San Diego Padres in the NL West. Machado, Blake Snell, which he's iffy sometimes, but Fernando Tatis Jr. didn't want to lose you.
Padres look, I think they're going to be entertaining. They're going to be a really fun team to watch play. They're young. It's going to be hard to manage all of those personalities and that much money. I mean, you're going to have players are going to want to be the head honcho in that organization. It's going to be hard to manage those personalities, but if they can get it together, the Padres, they look good, but they remind me of somebody like a super team in the NBA that just never makes it there, you know?
Here's a problem. Fernando Tatis has been given, and I'm not saying he hasn't earned it, but he's given a lot of pub, a lot of just congratulations, and the guy really hasn't to this point really done a
one
whole
season.
lot.
They're not even a full season.
So I'm not saying that he's not going to be I've seen him as far as MVP, and I would even put him as a vote for a potential MVP. The problem with Fernando Tatis Jr. is that dude, he has no skins on the wall at this point that he can do it for a full season, and he gets hurt. The dude gets hurt. He's had shoulder problems this offseason. He's had knee. He's had hamstring. This dude has injury problems. Can he finish a full season? If he can and continue what he did last year, absolutely. He can be one of the best players in the major league.
Is he on Mookie Betts level?
No, not at this point.
I don't think so
I think it would be a disservice to Mookie Betts if you even put Fernando Tatis in that kind of category.
And he got paid like he was, though.
I was about to say, we talked about that contract.
Yeah,
We have, and that's either going to be one of the best contracts that the Padres have ever done or one of the dumbest. And, we just don't know. But, when you look at this lineup as far as starting pitching, Yu Darvish, Blake Snell, Joe Musgrove, Chris Paddock, Adrian, what do you say that? Morejon, I guess. They're stacked. They have, as far as in Fangraphs, they have the number one ranked pitching staff in the major leagues according to Fangraphs.
Well, 14-year,
I got
$340 million contract was what Tatis.
My pitching rotations
signed.
go Dodgers, Padres, Yankees, Nats, Mets, Astros, White Sox.
Oh, you got the Astros too high, man.
See, I think that they're under. I'm not. We won't stick on the Astros for too long, but I think their pitching staff's amazing. I think they're highly undervalued in this. And
are we going to pitchers?
I mean, I was just throwing it out there. We can go. We can if you want to, but I was just throwing it out there. We can go to other teams, but just the pitching rotations. I'll mention them again in a minute.
Well, the other teams listed here are Toronto, which we already pretty much touched on. So we'll go to our sleeper teams and players to look out for, not sleep on this season. Who wants to go first? Grant? Jeff?
I'll take my sleeper teams this year are where Grant went earlier, Toronto, and also the New York Mets. I think the Mets are sneaky. I know, Johnny, sorry, but the Mets are sneaky, and they might be really good this year.
Okay.
Well, I think when you talk about sneaky, it depends on your definition of sneaky. As far as like what they were last year compared to how they're getting it up this year, because the Mets, for a team that sucked last year, I mean, the Mets were not good last year. They're going to have a lot of high expectations this year, given all the money they've been spending.
Yep.
So yes, I mean, I'm with you there as far as that goes.
So it'll actually cause people to watch the Mets.
Yeah, I mean the Mets have spent a lot of money, and they've got the best pitcher in baseball, DeGrom. So I mean, if you got the best pitcher in baseball on your staff, right there, you're ahead of the curve as far as that goes, because DeGrom's going to get out there. Hey, did you see that?
You don't even mean to do that.
I didn't, but
there you
that's
go.
just that's the way it is. As far as the American League, a team that I would probably put in a surprise team category, because remember, Tampa Bay, nobody expected Tampa Bay to do anything last year. Tampa Bay came up. This year, I would probably go White Sox. I think Chicago White Sox are going to be really good. I think Chicago White Sox could actually make it to the World Series.
I have the White Sox at the top of my AL Central. But
in the National League, I would probably go with the Cardinals. I'd probably go, oh, wow. 2 of them?
Did Johnny order that?
I'm just going to do 1. Yeah. Sorry, Johnny. You may have wanted me to do 2, but I'm just going to do 1.
He said it's opening day.
What's Johnny expecting from me?
He lost.
That's weird.
His team lost.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There you go. There you go, too. All right.
All right.
No problem. Thanks, Johnny.
right.
I appreciate it. As far as the National League, I'm probably going to say I'll probably go with the Cardinals.
Whoa. Sleeper teams?
Yeah, I'll probably go with the Cardinals, sleeper team. Yeah.
All right. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Rays. And I think the A's are going to be good this year.
Renell said the Chicago Cubs.
Thanks, Johnny.
Everybody's picking the White Sox. Another sleeper team I'm going to just throw out there is the Angels. I think Trout.
I like that.
I think Trout's year to make the playoffs is this year. He might make the playoffs this year, and I want to see Mike Trout get in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. He deserves it. He might end up being the best baseball player of all time, but he needs some playoff stats to get there. So I hope he makes it.
Yeah, you get him in the playoffs, it kind of cements a lot of things for him. Because right now, he's just the best regular season baseball player that's ever lived.
Exactly.
That dude, unfortunately for that guy. But I've read some writers that are giving Ohtani a lot of expectations this year.
That's funny because he is my pick for MVP.
I've read that I've read people saying that they think Ohtani will be the MVP.
Well, just because he's a dual threat, right? So he can pitch and hit. And if he only hits 260, 270, that's incredible. And if he has 15, if he wins 15 games and hits 270, he's the MVP.
Most definitely.
That's crazy. I don't know when's the last time that's been done. I think we said only 2 players have ever done that.
Yeah.
Right? So that's crazy.
100%. I mean, yeah, if he does something like that, for sure.
What about you?
I don't know where to go because we're going all out of order.
All right, bring us back.
See, that's why sleepers to division leaders to MVP, and I'm like, I don't know what to answer.
That's
why you're asking.
That's why you're here.
Get it together,
I'm trying
Lauren.
to be here.
Get it together. Get it together.
Keeps going all over, and I don't know where to go next.
Sorry,
Where am I
Jeff
going?
gets excited about baseball.
I know, obviously.
Yeah, he just
hit the ball across the bar. We're in public, Jeff.
Go Astros!
Yeah.
We're in public.
Oh, sorry. See, now y'all know what Ashley deals with on a daily.
You talk about the Astros? You talk about the Astros all the time? You talk about the Astros all the time?
I kind of do.
Wow, I'm
Look
sorry.
over to Ashley, see if it's true or not.
She's wearing an Astros shirt. I said, you change that shirt before you leave this house.
Yeah, I bet. She was like, okay, psycho. No problem.
Johnny's wearing an Astros shirt too. See, I had to send him the message.
There we go. All right, let's get to our division leaders. I'm going to go first so we don't get freaking distracted over here. AL Central, I do have the White Sox. AL East, I got the Blue Jays. AL West, of course, the Stros. NL East, I got Nationals. NL Central, I got the Cardinals. Yeah, I'm putting the Nationals up there. I know they may be number 3 on
decent
everyone
pitching
else's
staff,
list,
though.
but
Nationals got a decent pitching staff.
I do. And NL West, I got the Padres. Tatis, show up.
Renell says the Padres are going to be a joke or the clown face, 100+ losses. I don't think that's the case.
100+ losses.
No, Renell.
Wow.
No.
Their pitching staff is way too good.
That's a hot. That's a hot. That's a
take.
hot opinion right there.
For sure.
Managing those personalities, like I said, is going to be a challenge. But
yes.
if they can get their shit together, and it's with them, it's a locker room. Right, so it's going to be a locker room issue with them. If they need somebody like a Springer, somebody that's been there. It's the problem with them is nobody on that team has been there before.
Yes.
So it's how you manage those egos and expectations when you start getting really, really good and you're playing in front of packed houses every night. How are they going to react to that?
Mm-hmm. All right, well, who you got? Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Grant.
As far as division winners,
Yeah, division winners, and someone is celebrating here. I don't know what just happened.
that's good, man. They're having a good
Christian's
time.
tailgate.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Christian Tailgate, great food, great drinks,
Tailgate.
great company.
You know what's great? Every time I mention somebody that we talk about this show, and I talk about we do it at Christians, the first thing I was talking to an attorney friend of mine the other day. We were talking about it. He goes, "Oh man, their burgers are great." I mean, that's just the first
Well,
thing
they
that
have
everybody
number
says.
one, right?
Number one.
They're number one.
100%.
Yep.
That girl likes them.
Yep.
Dude, so earlier, just on the food, we ordered the mashed potatoes with gravy, and then instead of French fries with the chicken fingers. So you take the chicken fingers, and they're lightly breaded chicken fingers. They're fantastic, and you dip them in the mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh,
Well,
holy crap!
I walked in and I witnessed y'all ate all the chicken fingers, and I'm like, Ashley, what is that? It was just a little bowl of mashed potatoes.
It's good. It's good.
I love me some potatoes.
I have a tooth issue, so I have to eat soft food.
It's
Been a week now. I'm a pissed off man.
All right, so for me, AL East, I'm going to go Yankees on the AL East. AL Central, I am going to go the Chicago White Sox. AL Central. AL West, I'm going the Angels in the AL West. Yeah, I'm going to go Angels. I think the Angels, hey, look, they got Joe Madden. Joe Madden, that dude.
Yeah, he's good.
That dude can
looking
turn
good
around a
this year.
team. I do think Ohtani, hey, look, they got Rendon, they got Trout, they got Ohtani. If those three guys can contribute and play like they're supposed to, they're going to have a good squad. Pitching staff is not that bad. Pitching staff is pretty good. It's not the best, but as far as in the American League, they have them ranked 8th on pitching staff. So I'm going to go with them. NL East, I'm going to go with the Mets. NL Central, I am going to say the Milwaukee Brewers in the NL Central. In the NL West, I'm going to say the Dodgers ended up pulling it out in the NL West. My wild card teams, I would probably go with the Padres just because I think the Dodgers and Padres are going to be neck and neck.
See, Padres are in the conversation, people.
Correct, yeah, they're in the conversation.
Yeah, their pitching staff alone is pretty decent.
Yes, and then and then the other wild card team, I'll probably go with the Braves.
Oh, Renell said Pirates, not Padres. My bad, Renell.
Yeah.
But yeah, Renell also has White Sox listed as AL Central. A lot of people are, looking for them to have a great season.
Yeah, I mean,
Jeff,
I'll
what you got?
I'll start in the AL. I think the AL East, Toronto, like we had mentioned, they're just a good team. I got them up there winning. Tampa Bay, that division, the AL East could be something to watch. Toronto, Tampa Bay, Boston, and New York. All of them have potential to have really, really good seasons.
I think Boston will be better.
80 to 90 wins each in those teams. That should be a fun race to watch.
Yeah.
The Central, that's everybody's picking the White Sox, but the White Sox were crap last year, and they were supposed to be good. So I'll be shocked to see them get that good again. I think Minnesota is going to be a shocker team over there.
Johnny Janky. Johnny said, "Go Yankees."
The Yankees.
Nobody asked you, John.
All right, continue. What's
AL West? I
leaders?
think Houston runs away with it. I think.
Oh, who would have guessed that?
Yeah,
that's crazy. Wouldn't have figured that out.
Well, I do think the Angels are going to be good. They're my wild card team coming out of there. I think the Angels are going to be really good. Oakland always gives the Astros a really, really tough tough run. And surprise, Mike Fiers isn't starting the next 9 games. But we play terrible in California. I don't know what it is about the Astros, but they play really, really bad in California.
We'll see what happens tonight in Oakland.
Well, and the A's seem to do this deal where they're really good one year and not the next year. Really good the next year, not the next year. They do this back and forth.
You know what else the A's do is they sneak up on you in the second half of the season,
That's
too.
true. Yeah.
Now, remember Seattle last year was, I think they started off like 23-8, and everybody was like, oh shit, and then they lost like 60 games in a row.
I do think Seattle.
And we were like, whoa.
I do think Seattle could be. I think they could be a problem. I think Seattle would be better.
Seattle can mix up the division a little bit because they will be better, and they can instead of.
I think the Mariners lost like 18 in a row last year.
Yeah, they started showing their true form.
They were looking like the Rockets.
But wow, woo!
Not that bad. Not that bad.
Moving on to the National League.
Oh gosh.
I've got the Mets winning the East. The Mets or Atlanta. That'll be fun to watch. The NL Central. Woo, man, Pirates in Milwaukee. That's going to be fun. And then the West, the Dodgers, of course, with San Diego right behind them.
Yep. All right, we got a World Series matchup coming up next. And Grant, who you have? Hot take.
Dodgers, White Sox.
Oh.
Dodgers, White Sox.
God, what a boring ass World Series.
That would be really boring.
Well, I mean, it would be.
about you?
They might fight. There might be a fight in that one.
Yeah.
Jeff, World Series pick. Go.
Astros Dodgers repeat 2017.
You know what's so funny? I was going to do a repeat of 2019 and say Astros Nationals. But like I've been telling you throughout this show, Astros versus Padres.
So, but I want to ask you this. You genuinely, 100% genuinely believe the Astros will make it to the World Series. You're taking your fandom out of it.
Why not?
4 straight
Exactly.
ALCSs.
Okay.
2 World Series appearances.
Okay.
And we only lost Springer. And Alvarez is back and healthy.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Rennell said it too. Astros versus San Diego.
Their pitching, the Astros pitching is way underrated. They're phenomenal. And we're gonna get Verlander back sooner than expected, and Urquidy's gonna come back. Like the Astros pitching is gonna be phenomenal. Like you'll see it by September, August or September. The Astros pitching might be full strength, and we'll have 4 incredible starters. Okay. If Verlander comes back in August, watch out.
MVP?
Yeah, but you're expecting him to come back and be like he was before. How do you know when he comes back he's going to be worth anything?
Well, you don't, but I mean, I'm sure he's got great trainers, and most of the time when you get Tommy John done, well, nowadays you come back stronger than you were before.
How motivated are you when you've been hanging out for almost a year with Kate Upton?
Well, I don't know.
And having a baby.
Exactly.
And having a baby.
Yes, ma'am.
But usually, the ball.
But usually when you get into a relationship, like the first year after that relationship, you suck. Like your season's terrible, right? That's what happens. Like that's what happens. I don't know why, but that's what baseball players do. All of a sudden they get engaged and then they get hurt the next year.
I feel like that's a lot of players.
I know, it's weird, but so I think that he's now over that. He's had a chance to spend time with his baby. Now time to focus on baseball.
All right.
Come on, Justin.
Who do you got for the MVP this year?
Ohtani.
Oh, you mentioned that a minute ago.
That's a good one. Are we talking about
just MVP?
Regular season.
Okay. MVP. Man, that's a good one. Ohtani's good. If he does what he's supposed to do and he plays, Fernando Tatis.
Ooh,
oh,
wow.
Yeah. You were just dogging him, saying he hasn't
that ego any
shown
bigger?
his stats.
Because no, I wasn't dogging him. All I was saying is the dude has a ton of expectations for a very small amount of work. A ton of expectations. Like that dude. But if he can do what he's capable of doing, Fernando Tatis is going to have an MVP season.
Okay.
And I mean, for you, I mean, if the Padres are going to make it to the World Series, Tatis better have an MVP season.
He'll have to.
That's what I'm saying.
Go.
He's got to. 100%. I've said 100% a lot tonight. I don't know why, but
see, I picked a pitcher and a hitter in one.
So what? What do you mean?
Okay.
Go ahead. I see who you have written down. I like it. But you want to talk about getting paid. Like, well, go ahead. Tell everybody who your MVP is.
My MVP is Carlos Correa, okay?
Is that with heart or mind?
Houston,
But that's not a stretch though, because he's going to want to ball out of control.
He will.
If he has an MVP season, he will
wants
get
out of Houston.
Well, he'll get Lindor money if he has an MVP season.
That too, or other people are going to pay for him.
That's what I'm saying. He'll get a ton of money if he
From
wins
either-
it.
yeah,
If
from
Carlos
what
Correa wins
organization.
MVP, first of all, the Astros will be in the World Series. Second of all, he's going to get massive amounts of money.
There we go.
Lindor
And
type
then,
money.
and then we got rookies to watch out for.
I got a couple of them real quick before we get to Grant's history. Let me pull these up.
And then pitching rotation, and we've kind of mentioned a couple with Dodgers, Kershaw, Bauer, Bueller, Padres, Darvish, and Snell, and National, Scherzer, and Corbin.
I got two guys you need to watch out for. Chicago White Sox, Andrew Vaughn. This guy's a beast. He's 400 slugging percentage. Like this guy's he's massive. He's a first baseman. We haven't had a power first baseman in a long time, and he's gonna do it. Like this guy's really, really good. My other one to watch out for is Contreras for the Braves. Everybody knows about him, but he hasn't had a full season, so he does qualify as a rookie this year. He's the catcher for the Braves, and he is good.
To that, on the other side, you think about it, based on the postseason last year, but for Tampa Bay, Arozarena.
Oh yeah, dude.
That dude's technically
Arozarena.
That dude is technically a rookie this season.
Wow.
So, I mean,
He single-handedly
Correct.
destroyed the
That's
Astros.
crazy.
yes. So, I mean, that for me in the American League, that dude's. I don't know how he can't win the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
I mean,
just based off last year, he
because that dude was almost a postseason MVP last year.
for sure.
So, you know, I would say that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right. What do you got?
I can't believe we are up against it.
So, what is well, we got to do World Series champ. We haven't said that, right?
Yeah, we did.
I did. I had Astros, Padres.
I had Astros winning.
You have Astros winning. You have Astros winning.
Of course I do.
You can put the tape on the last time we did this.
Yeah, I know.
And do it again.
You said Dodgers.
I think Dodgers are going to repeat.
But listen, if the Astros...
They have not gotten any worse than they were last year. They've actually gotten better.
Yeah, I know, and I agree with you that they'll I say Astros Dodgers World Series. Both teams are good. The Astros they've lost Springer. I get that, but they've added other players. And look, 4 straight ALCSs. I can't go against that. The guys they haven't gotten that bad. It's not like that got rid of 5 players and they're just a terrible team.
I think though it'll underestimate. And I know for guys like Jeff or maybe you, Lauren, that are big Astros fans, y'all know the importance of it. But I don't think the importance and the contribution that George Springer put to this team is going to be understood until this year. Like having that dude in a leadoff spot
and hitting
for power, hitting homer. I mean, imagine if you how many games you start off and you got a home run on the books.
Here's the reason that I think
That's true. Very good point.
I think that Alvarez will make up for that power. I think he'll make up for the RBIs and the home runs that Springer that were missing by Springer. Because when Alvarez, I think he played in 100 and something games, 130 games, including the minor leagues 2 years ago, and he hit 50 home runs in 130 games. I mean, this dude has power.
He does.
And I think he'll make up for the RBIs and home runs that were missing from Springer. Now, that leadoff batter, that's hard. Springer's amazing. Like, he's one of the best ever.
So what are the Astros going to do? You're going to put Altuve in for and hitting?
Altuve does hit first tonight.
Altuve is leading off.
The way they have it, I see Altuve, Brantley, Bregman, and Tucker are your top 4, and then they got Correa hitting 5th.
Yeah, Correa 5th, Alvarez. Then you've got Gurriel,
Straw.
Yep, Straw, Maldonado.
Yeah.
So I mean, they've got a good lineup. The top 7. Not many people have a solid top 7. They have a solid top 7 lineup. The only reason the Astros didn't go to the World Series last year is that Yuli Gurriel hit into like 5 double plays, and I think he hit .052 in the ALCS.
But I'll just say this: L.A. Dodgers lineup: Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, Justin Turner, Cody Bellinger, Will Smith, Mac Muncy, Chris Taylor. And then you look at their pitching staff, the way their pitching staff goes. Trevor Bauer, Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw. And that's not even including David Price.
Yeah, Kershaw's 3rd. Like, wow.
I mean, Dodgers just got better. They didn't get any worse.
I know.
Now, they are injury prone. It's about injuries with both these teams.
Yes.
Both of them, it's about injuries. And baseball's a grueling season. 81 at home, 81 away. I mean, it's a grueling season. And whoever comes out the healthiest in the playoffs usually makes the World Series.
Yes.
All right, it's time before we get to the World Series, we got to go back to not maybe some World Series, but some previous opening days from Grant.
Yeah, so I looked at opening day, some history from opening day, some really cool stuff. Jeff and I actually talked about it a little bit last night. It was pretty cool. 12 presidents have thrown out the first ball of the season.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
12 presidents. On April 14th, 1910, baseball enthusiast William Howard Taft attended the home opener in Washington, D.C., becoming the first U.S. president to throw out the first pitch to start a season.
Who threw out the Yankees pitch today? I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either because I don't care.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Let's see.
Johnny.
Who was it, Johnny? Tell us.
You see that? Yeah. See, Johnny, you're a
Johnny,
fan. Tell us. Who was it? Yeah. See, there you go. he's a fan. He's wearing an Astros shirt.
You're the stats guy.
He said, "You're the stats guy to Grant." That's what he said.
Ted Williams, 449 hitter in season openers.
That is insane.
449. 3 home runs and 14 runs batted in during 14 such games and at least 1 hit in each game. Ted Williams, opening day stuff. April 4th, 1974, Hank Aaron of the Atlanta Braves hit his 714th career home run on opening day at Cincinnati's Riverfront Stadium, tying Babe Ruth on Major League Baseball's all-time
There's a
list.
really cool picture of that up on Baseball right now where he tied. It's an amazing photo they have.
The St. Louis Cardinals were the first Major League team to open their season with a night game, beating the Pittsburgh Pirates 4-2 at Sportsman Park on April 18th, 1950. Can you guess what the first year was the first interleague season opener was played?
What year? Interleague?
What year? Interleague.
87.
About to
No.
say, give us some.
You're way off.
Give me a time. Give me a time
64.
frame. Give me a time frame.
Between 2008 and 2015.
11.
I was gonna say
2013.
2014.
You were close.
Okay.
April 1st, 2013.
All right.
LA Angels played the Cincinnati Reds. The longest opening day in Major League history was played April 5th, 2012 between the Indians and the Toronto Blue Jays. The game was played at Cleveland's Progressive Field, ended with the Blue Jays beating the Indians 7-4 in 16 innings.
Oh.
Yes. Ooh, you're right.
16 innings.
Correct.
I was wondering.
On rare occasions, predominantly in the early 20th century, a team would open its season with a doubleheader. The first came when the Boston Americans hosted the Philadelphia Athletics for 2 games on April 20th, 1903. Imagine opening the season with a doubleheader.
Ouch.
Last one I'm going to give you on
Tired.
opening day. Hall of Famer Tom Seaver holds the record among Major League pitchers for the most opening day starts, doing the honor 16 times in his career with the New York Mets, Cincinnati Reds, and the Chicago White Sox.
Having a doubleheader on opening day, I'm just like thinking about it more. Like, when was the last time? You said 1903 was when it started. When was the last time it happened? It's just like,
I know, it's crazy to think that.
Folks, we are 1 hour away from Astros liftoff.
woohoo!
1 hour away till Astros kick off their World Series run in 2021. Excited. Listen, man, thank you guys for paying attention. We got to thank some people before we get out of here. Number one, Christian's Tailgate over here.
One thing I want to say, we want to welcome back for sponsoring our last history segment, Texas AV Productions. They are your event partner
Get 'em, Tosin.
for all things live production, setup, designing, installation, corporate events, concerts, and touring support. If you mention Sports with Balls, and you will receive a free consultation plus 10% off your total bill. Call them at 281-241-7520. Check them out online at txavpro.com. They will throw a badass party for you.
Yeah. Welcome back, Tosin.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
back.
Welcome back.
Welcome. Oh, why is Joe calling
Thanks
me?
so much
We should put
for
Joe like
joining
We
us.
should put him on the air.
He's calling for a reason. What? He is calling for a reason.
But we do need to thank Joe Applewhite. First, let's thank David Carrier at Smarter Mortgage at 281-650-0648. Mention Sports with Ball, get a free quote ASAP. Also, we want to thank Joe Applewhite, 713-291-5270. Call Joseph Applewhite for all your real estate needs.
So am I doing the history, or we're just doing opening day history? Is it time to go?
I'm so confused. Johnny just texted me to do the history, but we've been doing the history,
That's what we did.
right?
Yeah, Johnny. Come on, man. Pay attention, brother.
Get it together, Johnny.
So what do we do? Do we keep going? Because
No,
we're
let's
3
think.
minutes behind?
Let's go.
Is that it?
Let's go. That's it.
What does that mean?
I want to watch the Astros game.
It's an hour away.
I'm so confused. What are we doing, guys? Do you have more history on the books? And if not, we're going to go to drop the mic.
I mean, I have more history, but I mean, I'm up to whatever. Like, I'm cool breeze. I'm real cool breeze, man.
Is this new? New
What?
tattoo? That new ink?
Is this?
New
Are we
ink?
meeting for the first time? I've worn the T-shirt. I don't know how many times we've done this show.
I've always seen
We're almost coming up on 100.
I've always seen these, but I don't remember looking and seeing that one. That's a new one.
I thought I'd show the guns today, so that's why I wore
Maybe you wore one that's like a little bit longer.
I wore my Schmedium T-shirt.
I know who I am.
Yeah.
Someone's been working out.
Dude disguised as another dude.
I'm Schmedium today. Just my Schmedium.
Medium.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, you take over. You
All
go.
right, can we need to think hybrid technologies. We need to think construction concepts. We haven't even think them yet.
We already have.
You're doing it right now.
No, I think Joe and I think David.
Okay, and then you think your person.
I think hybrid technology, said my whole spiel.
And then I think
he did his
construction
.com.
concepts because they build shit.
No, that was earlier.
Exactly.
Oh, well, anyways.
Aren't you going to drop the mic?
I think Lauren is new to this show.
Lauren wants me to drop the mic.
It's not me.
All right, I got a question for you.
All right, here we go.
I'll end it on this.
I thought we were going to drop the mic.
Why no, because we were late. We can do the drop the mic at another time, but we'll go ahead and do it. Anyways, why does NCAA women's have 4 quarters and NCAA men's have 2 halves?
I'm so sorry, guys.
You know what? When you sent that message, this is how much I've watched college women's basketball. That was the first time I didn't even know that.
I didn't know it either, and I looked at the other day. NCAA women's basketball has 4 quarters.
Yes.
There's got to be a reason.
NCAA men's has 2 halves.
2 halves.
Yes.
I've never understood why the men's have 2 halves in general. I've never understood why they don't have 4 quarters.
Yeah,
even if they are shorter, I've never understood.
Outlighter's son, I don't know if y'all have seen this kid for NCAA baseball, but this kid, I think he has a 0.51 ERA. And
is this a Vanderbilt pitcher?
Yeah, Vanderbilt. Had 18 strikeouts. He's got a no-hitter already. Kid's amazing. Jim Nance.
His reward, like you said, would be playing for the Pirates.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Hey, you've had a great college season, kid. Play for the Pirates.
Jim Nance signed a deal to keep calling the Masters, which I love because he's an incredible.
By the way, that's next weekend.
Yep, Masters going to tear it up.
Hey, and in case you want to know on the Masters, Dustin Johnson sent out his dinner. The appetizers would be pigs in a blanket and lobster and corn fritters. Just in case you're curious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound
Okay, I was going to say Jim Nance is also calling the Cougs this weekend, which is his alum. So that's pretty cool to do.
Back to U of 8.
He's calling his alumni in the Final Four. Like,
also, there was
that's cool. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Before we get out of here, there was a false report that Russell Wilson's going to the Bears. That is not accurate.
I thought
at all.
No, it's not.
But didn't we say that like last week? That
there was rumors
Pete
before
Carroll,
they signed Dalton. Was it Dalton they signed? Yeah,
it was Pete Carroll that turned it all down.
Yeah, but there's a rumor out there that they ended up signing him, but he did not. But on that note, it is
Jeff,
1
can I have a
hour
request?
away. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Don't ever bring that bat again.
Man,
please. Don't ever bring that bat again. Johnny, do you agree with me? Yes. Thank you. Don't bring the bat again.
Well, go Astros. Go Houston Cougars. Go all Houston teams, baby. Let's do this.
Yeah, we will be back here. Speaking of Houston Cougars, we'll be back here at Christian's Tailgate Monday night for the NCAA final. We will go live from 7 to 8, and the championship game kicks off at 8 p.m., so don't miss that here.
Texas Rangers, please don't suck really bad this year. Be somewhat competitive. Texas Rangers, please.
Shut up, Johnny.
Shut up, Johnny.
Houston Astros, love you. Excited for you. First pitch later.
Yep.
Go
1 hour away.
Cougars until
2021 World Series champions, the Houston Astros. All right, y'all. Thanks for paying attention to Sports with Balls. Enjoy baseball this season. We will see you guys on Monday evening back here at Christian's Tailgate. Man, for Jeff, Michael, Lauren, Leal, Graham Miles, this is Sports with Balls, y'all. We out.
Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on 4. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.
Welcome to Sports with Balls.